Hi everyone, I'm Nick Curtis, the Art Toy Advocate, and you're joining us today for another Artist's Choice video review. That means we have a special guest artist, Peter Kato, with us, and he has selected what we will be examining. So Peter, which work of art have you chosen for us today?
Well, today we are actually talking about the Boo Bear, done by none other than Andrea Kang.
Now, I think this is a really appropriate choice. For those that don't know, Peter has had a long history with the designer toys scene. In fact, way predating him being a known artist in it. He used to work at Toy Tokyo as a manager and gallery curator.
Yep, 7 years.
And that was starting in the early 2000s. We're talking the beginnings of the American art toy movement. And during this time is when you first met Andrea, right?
I did. She was a patron and a budding artist. She actually brought in her hand, stitched plushes. Beautiful, we just put them up for sale, so.
Now we're talking like early to mid 2000s here, right?
I really am guessing like 2001, 2002. There's something
which is
very early on.
Amazing. That means that Andrea Kang's been way more involved in the art toy movement than I suspected for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
Now, for those that aren't familiar with Andrea Kang, she's actually probably better known as an illustrator. I mean, how would you describe her illustrations to somebody that wasn't familiar with them?
My goodness, I mean, when it comes to her work, minimal is like one way to say it, right? But I believe she executes, those placements of minimal to a degree that's like razor sharp.
It's one of those things, when you say minimal, a lot of people just think of like the blank canvas with a circle in it.
Right.
But, even when something like this, where it's a composition of various geometric shapes put together to make the overall appearance, all the painted applications on it, they seem so simple independently, but you move them just a little bit and it changes the appearance completely.
It completely changes it to the point where it might not even fall into the attractive zone.
Absolutely.
I've had these conversations with like many artists. Chris, Robots Will Kill also. Simple is not easy.
No, and actually the fewer things you have on a piece, the more those few things will stand out.
That's it. Oh my gosh, so well said. So well said.
Now, you also have a history with Andrea as an artist working together.
Yes.
Especially coming to mind is in 2015, you guys did Bedtime Bears together, which evolved your Bedtime Bunny into the bear thing. And I think this is actually really appropriate because 2015, from what I know, is around the time that she was first designing this figure. And out of the hand-painted pieces she did of the Bedtime Bears, 2 of them actually have elements very similar to this one.
Yeah.
One has the X's under the eyes, and another one has that triangle-shaped pattern on its chest.
She really took her time to figure out these almost like symbolic parts of her. We start to recognize them now, which I think is really important.
Creating her own artistic language, if you would.
Oh, I love the way you just said that. That's exactly, that's it. It's the language. Her language in this world that we call simple, which is a very difficult world, just is now, I think, really come home. It's almost like we can keep talking, we can analyze this and just suspect what these shapes mean.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know if you actually know what they mean, but I'm assuming Andrea probably keeps a tight lid on those.
Yeah, I actually, until you just asked me right now, I realized I never came across that, but it's a good question. I mean, what could they mean?
I like the fact the X's under the eyes. X's so much like in a cartoonish language imply death.
Right.
And underneath such big, vibrant, open eyes, it really looks like a life statement. Like it's this weird juxtaposition of the 2 elements. But I really adore the triangle pattern.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you familiar with, they do these weird logic puzzles where it's like a triangle that has a lot of little triangles in it, and they tell you like, how many triangles do you see?
Yeah, okay,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Hers is almost like a negative space version, where you can see like the triangle being formed, and then you see the black triangles, and the white elements that don't have the definition around them are different triangles.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's a really great way to see it. I actually didn't see it at that, at that level. I saw it from a more metaphysical level. I felt, I guess, it was more like the core. Like the core, like the core, the soul, it's a combination of the heart or the essence, just being put in a symbolic way.
Which is very valid given its position. I mean, it is where we perceive the heart to be, even though the heart's a little skewed off, but we always think of it dead middle.
Yeah, just dead middle.
But
I like how these kind of feel
the X's.
They also feel like,
like dimples?
Dimples, that's what I was trying to think of. Yes, I think that's cute.
It is.
And sometimes, cute is the message.
It's true. I mean, for people that are familiar with Andrea's work, you do know cute is probably one of the most apt descriptors for it.
Absolutely.
Though I don't think that's necessarily all there is to it. I think there's a lot more to Andrea's work than that.
I agree.
But also, going back to 2015, beyond the Bedtime Bears.
Yes.
She also was in a group show that Steve Ferreira organized, the Custom Boot Bear show.
Yes.
And she had a piece called The Fortune Teller.
Oh, so
and the
cute.
Fortune Teller also had the same ghost-like mask on it.
A ghost wearing a mask.
A ghost wearing a mask.
I mean, that's there's something about that that's like really interesting.
And it's mirrored, not only does it have the cartoonish ghost shape at the bottom, but once again up top, and it's like a mask. And there's something to be said about the way masks can be interpreted. It's hiding one's identity.
Right.
I mean,
to do something.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Now, there is actually a very valid description of this that was issued when this piece came out.
What is it?
All right, so the Boo Bear is described as a wandering ghost.
Ooh.
And it's a creature of magic and a keeper of lost wishes.
Oh, that's so cute.
Isn't it?
I love it.
Now, he disguises himself well, which implies the mask that we were just talking about.
Right.
And he travels discreetly from dimension to dimension, looking for people that lost wishes to return them to the rightful owner.
Oh, that's cute.
It is, right? And evidently, if you have lost a wish, you should be looking out for the Boo Bear to appear at 11 minutes past 11 o'clock.
Oh, really?
Yes. Which I understand there's an old saying, 11:11 make a wish.
Oh, wait, okay.
So,
that's a good one.
Yeah, evidently he's the one that brings the wish to you.
That's even better.
It is.
Wow.
It's great. Now, this exact piece was made by Mighty Jaxx.
Yes.
It's a vinyl piece. I think they did a fantastic job, and I really love especially the slight raised hands.
Yeah.
Very subtle, very beautiful.
It's like to reimagine like any of her artwork into like a 3D form. Those little details, a lot of thought.
Yeah, and that's actually what makes a piece, especially a piece that is seemingly so simple. It's these little touches that give it complexity.
Oh, I know.
Which is, it's important. Now, this actually isn't the first time we ever saw the Boo Bear.
Oh.
Or at least the name.
Okay.
In 2015, once again going to 2015,
Okay.
for Halloween that year, she issued stickers that were called Boo Bear. It looked more ghostly though.
Okay. I know which ones you're talking about. Really
Very
cute.
simple detailing. I mean, it actually had the same triangle chest pattern. But beyond this not being the first time we saw the Boo Bear, I don't think it's the last.
No, I hope not.
I don't know if Mighty Jaxx will be producing any further editions. I hope they do. This was only limited to 200 pieces.
Wow.
So there aren't that many out there.
Wow.
But beyond that, I don't know, have you seen her pieces for the new Designer Toy Awards Dunny series?
I have.
There's one of them in particular that if you look at it, it looks a lot similar to this. It's got the same X's under the eyes, has the same mask.
Oh.
It doesn't have the triangle on the chest, but it has like a black shirt that has a subtle darker black
That's beautiful.
patterning of triangles
awesome. I think
all over.
I think that's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I
I'm
want
wondering if that one is supposed
that
to
like
be
super
Boo
rare?
Bear.
I bet you it could be.
It could be.
I bet
as
it's
far as
rare.
I know,
Is it
it's
like-
I don't know.
Oh my gosh! Now I want it.
Well, we'll have to go and buy some blind boxes.
So. Oh my goodness.
Well, For those out there that want to learn more about Boo Bear's creator, Andrea Kang, please visit her website at andreakang.com. And make sure you join Mighty Jaxx's newsletter at mightyjaxx.rocks to keep informed of any future versions of the Boo Bear that do become available. And I'd like to give a special thanks to our special guest, Peter Kato, who you can find out more about on his website, peterkato.com.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching us, Peter Kato, and myself, the art toy advocate, Nick Curtis. Agree with us? Disagree with us? Let us know your thoughts on Andrea Kang's Boo Bear by commenting below, as well as liking or disliking this video on YouTube. And please remember to subscribe to the CoArt YouTube channel to be kept up to date on our reviews.